Hey everybody! Well, today's video is the 7 Deadly Sins of Beauty tag video. I had been tagged quite a few people, and I'd seen this going around for quite some time, and I wasn't really sure that I was going to do it. And then I saw Daisy from Daisy Nation do it, and it just made me want to do it. Absolutely love Daisy. I'll of course put a link to her channel down below, but I'm sure that you all know her. Just love her. She's gorgeous, and I could listen to her speak like all day long. I just love her voice. I think she could read me the phone book, and I would think it was one of the great classics. It's just absolutely adore her. Anyways, I've written everything down, so I'm going to read it for you. That's why, of course, I have my glasses on today. The first thing is greed. What is your most inexpensive beauty item, and what is your least expensive beauty item? So I'll start off first with my least expensive, and I'm sure that they're my Makeup Academy eyeshadows that I purchased when I was in London. I think they were like £1, which is roughly, depending on what the exchange is, $1.60, $1.70 here. They're phenomenal eyeshadows. They are so worth the money. It's unbelievable. They apply really well. I got quite a few, actually sort of funky colors for me. You can tell I went when the weather was sort of warmer. Love them. Here's just one more color I'll show you. Great, great eyeshadows, and again, for £1, you definitely can't go wrong. The most expensive item is also very easy for me to choose. It's the soap that I have that I actually even have not opened the package yet. It's from Clé de Peau. It's their Savon soap, I believe it's called. Put that out there for you right like that. Now what happened with this was that I got a sample of it. Now it's also, I should tell you the price. I think it's $100 for the soap. What happened was I got a sample about a year ago, and no, I've not been using the sample for the whole year. But I used it and I absolutely loved it, but I just couldn't wrap my brains around the fact that it was $100. And even though I spend an awful lot of money on makeup, I just really thought that was pretty extravagant. So I just put the sample aside. Then about 2 months ago, I took it out and I started to use it again, and I really, really like the product. I also really think that's made a difference in my skin. And I've used this for about 2 months. The soap lasts for a really long time. You only need the smallest amount of it. It lathers beautifully. It smells divine. It just feels luscious on your skin. So that's definitely my most expensive beauty item. The second thing is wrath. What beauty products do you have a love-hate relationship with? And what product is the hardest for you to get your hands on? So this was another easy one for me. I have a ton of brow products, gels and pencils, and I definitely will admit that my eyebrows will look better when I use them, but I don't know, I just don't like to use them. Therefore the love-hate. The love is that I know that they're better for me, and the hate is that I just don't like to use them. I don't know why. Now fortunately my eyebrows are fairly dark and they're also fairly thick, so I don't know that I really need them all the time, although I definitely will admit that my eyebrows will look better if I use them. So it's definitely my brow products. And for products that's been the hardest to get my hands on is definitely the new Chanel brushes. When I was in Italy, I was looking for them because I had heard that they were out in different places and I couldn't find them anywhere. They were just changing over. Then when I came back here and I kept hearing that they were going to come, they were arriving, and I finally broke down, as you guys know because you saw it, and I went and ordered it off of the Harrods website. I ordered 3 of them, and there are a few more that I have my eyes on that are definitely scheduled to come in, I think in about 2 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks, and I already have an order placed with my Saks, so they have been definitely the most difficult things for me to get a hold of, but hopefully I'll have them shortly. Gluttony, what is your most delicious beauty product? So when I first read this, I was thinking that I was assuming that what they meant was what is something that, like, if you put it on you almost want to eat it off. It has a flavor to it or something, or a special scent to it. So I'm pretty sensitive to scents because of all the crazy things that go on with my sinuses, so I tend to shy away from things that are too strongly scented. Therefore I wasn't sure that I could equate something with like delicious, but I think I'm going to say that I'm going to use delicious as far as something that goes on, and the delicious is just like a delicious feeling I get from putting it on. And it's definitely my Tom Ford lipsticks. Absolutely love them. This one is in number 12, the Nude. Really, really pretty color, and they are definitely delicious when they go on my lips. The next one is Sloth. What beauty product do you neglect due to laziness? This was another one that was so easy for me to choose. It's hand creams, any hand cream. I actually keep them next to my bed in a jar, and I still don't use them. I'm just that lazy when it comes to using them. I don't know why. Luckily, my hands aren't rough, but I just absolutely keep them by my bed and still don't use them. Totally lazy about using them, and I know that I should. I love the feeling when I do use them. I just don't know why I don't use them more often. The next thing is pride. What beauty product gives you the most self-confidence? So I sort of struggled with this one because I love makeup, you guys know that, but makeup doesn't give me my self-confidence. I think probably the number one thing that gives me self-confidence, or the number two things I should say, the first is knowledge, is always learning something new, and the second is the support from my family. That really is where I get my self-confidence from. So I can go without any makeup whatsoever and still be self-confident, but I guess because this is a beauty tag and it's supposed to be related to a beauty item, I guess that I would choose like a tinted sunscreen and mascara. If I have my sunscreen on so that I know that my skin is well protected and a little mascara, I'm good to go. But even without all those things, guys, I still think I'm a fairly self-confident person. The next thing is lust. What attributes do you find the most attractive in the opposite sex? Easy. I'm married to it. It is a man who takes great care of himself. My husband is just amazing. He has his hair trimmed all the time. He's clean shaven, although when he wore a beard I like that too because he kept it trimmed really well. He always smells amazing. He dresses impeccably. He carries himself just divine. He has the most adorable smile. Most people that know me and then meet my husband, the first thing they tell me is, wow, that's the best smile they've ever seen. But he takes care of himself. He actually goes to my friend that does my facials and gets a facial. He has his nails manicured. He just really takes great care of himself. And that to me is the biggest turn on ever. A man that is well groomed, divine. And the last thing is envy. What items would you most like to receive as a gift? So I'm not big on gifts. I like to give sort of myself gifts, and I like to give others gifts. But I guess it would be one of the eyeshadow brushes that Lisa Eldridge has spoken about. And of course I'll make a mistake in pronouncing it, so I'll put it right here. It's the SEQQU, and specifically the eyeshadow L brush. Now, interestingly enough, I saw these brushes when I was in London, and I hadn't heard her review at that point, and I wasn't really sure about them, and they're fairly expensive, so I didn't get it. And then, of course, I saw her review, and I've seen other reviews on it, and it's definitely on my wish list. I can't find it online here, but I have just recently found out through one of Lisa Eldridge's videos that you can call Selfridges, I think that's how you pronounce it, in London and order it, so I may be gifting that to myself fairly soon. So that's it. That's the 7 Deadly Sins of Beauty tag. I tag everybody else out there. It's a lot of fun, and what I'd like you to do is put it as a video response to this video, and of course I'll accept it. It's really fun to see what everyone's answers are. Hope everybody's having a great week. Take care. Speak to you soon.